The 31% US tariff on South African imports kicked in at midnight. The agricultural and automotive sectors are expected to be hardest hit. Newzroom Afrika's Ntokozo Khumalo is in a small town of Spekboom River Valley in Burgersfort and joins us now to talk about the impact on commercial citrus farmers. Ntokozo, good morning. And I mean, it is so important to look at the different striations and impacts of something like a tariff increase. And one of the views that we're taking on this morning is looking at how it affects black commercial farmers who have their hopes high of exporting to the US. What are they saying?
Good morning, Iman. Indeed, we are in the valleys here and all sorts of agricultural inputs and production that's taking place in this community here. The farm that I'm on here, Khapane, is the nature's produce, focuses largely on butternut and tomatoes, and they are concerned about the impact those US tariffs will have on their operations as growing black commercial farmers, because it means those larger commercial farmers that have been exporting to the US will likely return back to the South African market. So closing that gap that has opened up for them to be able to, grow within the local markets, penetrate retailers, hotels, and so on, not only in this province, but across the country. And the farm I am on here is a growing farm that's owned by Philip Khapane, who grew up on a farm himself and is now looking to scale even beyond what he's managed to reach right now. Philip, thank you so much for inviting us on this farm. A lot of potential here. You did say you're using a small piece of land still, so growth still quite there. The fresh produce market for this area in the process of being launched, how much of a span of in the works, though, is that 31% US tariff on South African imports on the plans that you have as black commercial farmers in this area?
Well, firstly, thank you, Ntokozo, for having us. We are really honored for your visit. But like you mentioned earlier on, we are of the view that the 31% tariffs is going to have a huge impact on especially emerging farmers, because we view it as an opportunity when we have well-established commercial farmers exporting their products to various countries. That leaves a room and a gap for us emerging farmers to penetrate the local markets. So if now this in turn can maybe give an appetite to our commercial farmers to decide that, look, you know what, it's not making business sense to export our products. Let's rather try and fill back the market that we left in the country. This will leave a very dire effect on the up-and-coming farmers.
And let's talk a little bit about the local market. You did say, of course, you supply, the greater area here. You are also in hotels and in retail. Have you maxed out growth in the local market, but also within the export market? Where do you see those growth opportunities in this current trading environment?
Well, yes, that's the truth. We are supplying our local hotels. We're supplying our retail outlets around here. We've been in business for almost over a decade. But we have to also acknowledge that there's still a lot of room for growth for us as a farm, which is why we have decided that we want to establish a farmers market where it's going to run in the very same system that the national markets are running, your Joburg market and your Tshwane market. So to encourage other farmers to also have a platform where they can trade within the local municipality, because we would like to believe that charity begins at home. As much as we would like to worry about exports, but I mean, in the Tubatsi, Fetahomo local municipality, we haven't got any local fresh produce market. And that for us, it's something that gives us an appetite to work even harder, and also to bring up-and-coming farmers to see that there's an opportunity for growth.
Well, Philip, let's leave it there for now. Thank you so much. Philip Khapane, of course, is the owner of this farm here, Iman, the Khapane Nature's Produce, saying there the opportunity also, while it is concerning that those large export players might return back to the local markets, squeezing out then black commercial farmers from growth, still room really for those farmers to look for growth opportunities here in South Africa. And we'll be heading out to Spekboom in a bit, where the DTIC will be engaging traditional leaders and the public on a new special economic zone in the area that will, of course, then help farmers such as Philip here be able to scale their operations in the rest of the country, on the continent, and eventually possibly get, a little slice of that export market. We are also, Iman, trying to find those citrus farmers. They are a little bit scattered in this community, but we are trying to find citrus farmers as well to just get an idea of how they are planning and strategizing around their 31% tariff that does kick in today, and just how much of a help that special economic zone will be in scaling production and manufacturing capacity in this region so that businesses can really grow, contributing to then economic growth and being part of that mission that the DTIC had said to diversify economies so that we can get new export markets, Iman.